Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we're doing something a little bit different than usual because we've been doing way too much on law-friendly vehicles recently. So I figured we'd not only look at real cars, but look at real film cars as well, and culture cars, and actually specifically cars from the first Fast and the Furious movie, like this Mitsubishi Eclipse right here. I've been following Jimmy. He just seems to be going around in blocks, so actually I'm just going to knock him off and there we go. So, yes, hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. I think I've already said all of that, but I've already forgotten. And yeah, there's going to be some comments on the screen right about now. This is going to be one messy intro. These are comments and questions from the previous video. If you'd like your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below as always. And also Instagram, that will be in the description below. And Discord, that will be in the description below as well. So, we have this car right here. This classic Mitsubishi Eclipse driven by Paul Walker, aka Brian O'Connor, from the first Fast and the Furious movies. And basically I found this mod pack that adds just a bunch of cars from the Fast and the Furious movies, and I thought it'd be funny to see what they look like stance, because some of you guys find that annoying, some of you guys love stance. I think it's both funny, interesting, and cool. That I said both, then listed three things. I am aware of that. But either way, I thought it would be fun to try and start some of these things, because this stuff, like coming from Fast and the Furious 1, this is way before people were sort of, actually that's not way before people were slamming and cambering, because I mean, if we look to Japan, they've been doing that for ages, and some other sort of like lowriders did some sort of thing. But within like the tuner scene and the domestic vehicle tuner scene, you didn't really get cars like this that were sort of like cambered out on like wide wheels and all that sort of stuff. So that's why we're going to try that today with this. I'm also going to try it with the Jetta, Jessie's Jetta. I'm going to be trying it with Dom's RX-7 and also the Supra. So let's go. So first of all, we're going to go to menus, customs, and because it's this car, I've got to do it. I'm going to go ahead and just modify this car all the way up to the full, because this car tops out at 140 miles an hour this morning, and I need to do better than that. So let's just go ahead and get all that. Sadly, no nitrous to actually really appreciate that joke there, but we don't really have that right now. Actually, that's not true. I should have with this button. There we go. I do actually have nitrous with a horn. Okay, that's actually really fast. That's terrible braking on top of that. Well, there we go. Now we definitely won't top out 140 miles an hour, although can't make any promises about the intake manifold. So with all of these cars that I'm going to be showing you, there isn't actually really anything to do in customs other than changing the wheels. I wonder if the paint will change. It'll be interesting to see how this would look with these graphics, but not green paint, but I'm not sure. Oh wow, it does. Okay. Oh, actually no, it's not. It's still green, like it's a livery, but you can also paint the green. In fact, all these colors just come out as black. Okay, yeah, so actually we're not able to do that. That's a shame. It would have been really interesting to see what this would have looked like as some sort of pink car. Actually, just putting it onto this bluish silver does change the green tone slightly. So there we go. We've made it slightly different. Now, we could just stance out these wheels, but these wheels, as high def as they are, don't really suit the style of slamming it and cambering it and everything else. So I'm just going to go to header wheels. Go to, actually, tuner this time. Go to chrome rims, and, oh, they're green as well. Okay. Let's see what sort of custom wheels will go with this. I mean, if we want to go for something of the era, something like these are very sort of 90s tuner scene or early 2000s tuner scene. I don't know, maybe something like that. But I'll definitely have to change the color because that's not right. Actually, just looking at the paint indexes, because I like to sometimes just find some nice colors without having to go by the names and stuff. I actually really like this or that. I think I'm going to go for that. That's pretty interesting. That also makes it sort of like racy inspired as well. This isn't going to be like a full stanced out car, but rather just with a bit more modern wide wheels and everything else. Let's go for some wider wheels. Oh, that's looking pretty ridiculous. And oh, we could even make them bigger, but actually maybe not. We'll keep that as it is. And then we can go ahead and let's go for the track width first of all and just pop them in. Same on the rear. Bring that in. Lower it down. This is interesting. This is definitely interesting. How different the feel of this car is, even though all we've done is taken the exact car from Fast and the Furious and slammed it with some wide wheels. This has made a huge difference. I'm just actually going to go for camber on the rear. Just a bit of camber on the rear. I know some of you guys hate when I do this sort of staggered look with just the rear camber, but I don't know. As a show car sort of thing, that's curious. That's curious. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section below, because this is pretty different. Although I think I'm going to sort of ramp up the differentness as we go on from here, I think, because this is cool and everything, but it hasn't drastically changed the car's feel. Although it has, but it hasn't. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Although definitely the wheels bugging through on the arches is not a good look, but that's the GTA for you. Anyway, as I smash this thing up. Whoop. Whoop. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's the thing. Ah. Oh, dear.
What is this bullshit?
Oh, it still goes. Wait. Wait, I need it to move. Make a point in the sky. Oh, there should actually be neons under that thing, I think. I guess we're going to have to spawn these in at night so I can see. Oh, there we go. To the sky. Oh, this is going to be a dumb video. Okay, so yeah, actually at night, they do have underglow neons. It doesn't really shine much on the ground. I guess we can actually just add to that. Let's go to vehicle options, menus, customs. Let's go to neons. Left, right. There we go. So we can actually add that all in. Set the color to green or lime green. And then with the matching lights that are underneath, that fits in absolutely perfectly. We could even go for a... Actually, no, mint green won't work. We definitely want some green in that one. Maybe with a bit less red. That's a bit more like it. There we go. That is full on like the Eclipse from Fast and Furious 1. But we've got to move on to Jessie's Jetta, which actually has red underglow with this one. So I'm actually going to go to neons, add all of this, and let's just go for blue, 0, and that should give us red. Perfect. Just to confirm, if I go underneath, there we have the red neon bars underneath. Well, there we are. So let's just go back. I'm actually going to keep this nighttime. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this. This is a bit more suited to Fast and the Furious having this at night, I guess. I'll probably make it a little bit brighter in post. So let's just go ahead with this one. I want to see if we can change the paints on this one, because you never know. Thank you, taxi. Oh. Oh. Okay. So we can actually change the color of the paint on Jessie's Jetta. And I think going through this, especially with that red neon stuff, none of it really matches. I wonder what matte looks like. Oh boy. That's interesting. I mean, I could actually just set this to matte black and it hides all of the other graphics. That's interesting. I'm actually going to like do this build and then we'll set back the paint afterwards so we can see the comparison between them all at the end. By the way, I love the Moret lights that you get on these old Mark III Golfs. That is very 90s. I will admit, I do like Moret front lights on a lot of cars, especially Golfs. So let's go to wheels. Let's go to sport. Let's see. Ooh, we could have this as an all black build, because I will actually go back to the white paint in a minute and just have the black wheels. This is interesting. I mean, let's try and go. It seems in this is a Volkswagen. I now want to bring this up to like 21st century Volkswagen tuning style. So I want to go for something leery and very Volkswagen scene-like, which actually describes quite a lot of these. But I reckon something like this is the sort of thing that someone with a Volkswagen might put on their show car. You know, that sort of, especially because people take like wheels from other cars and sit them on Volkswagens. I'm actually going to go for those. Seems they look like Trans Am wheels. And I'm just going to set them to what looks like a dark gold. I'll tell you what, there's a reason why I don't do videos at night that often. It's very hard to see things. So let's just go to V-Stancer. And let's jump out the camera mode so it doesn't move. Let's just go for some wheel width like that. I'm actually going to go for a little bit less on the wheel size to make it a bit more Volkswagen-y. It seems that's quite a common thing that people do in the Volkswagen scene, or at least did when I used to have a Volkswagen. So I'm just going to go with it. And then we can go ahead and slam this right down like that. It's even got the arches, everything perfect for this. I'm also going to do another rear camber front tuck look, because that's very Volkswagen again. Let's just bring that in, and then we'll knock that front height down. And there we are. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to set this back to day just so we can see this in a bit more light, because this is just taking the mickey now. Let's just go back to... Oh, look at this. This thing is ridiculous. But I sort of like it. This is the thing with me. A lot of you guys hate the stance. I'm on the fence. You know, I perhaps wouldn't do something crazy myself if I ever did a car that was like that. But I still like how a lot of these cars look. I like how this looks. I like these deep dish rims. I like that they're smaller. I like this little, like, flush bit on the back with a bit of camber. I've got to admit, I'm a fan. And with this matte black paint, it's amazing how just changing the paint and the wheels does that much to the car. Now, let's just go back on the paint. I'm just going to go to paints, primary, classic, ice white. Well, I mean, it definitely changes the feel once again, doesn't it? That's amazing. So it does look strange with those wheels, but the second you go for matte black, I like it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I like it, but I would like to know what you think of this in the comment section, because this is amazing. But we've got 2 more cars to check out. So let's move on then. We'll have the Supra until last, shall we? Let's just go for Dom's RX-7. Okay, and here we are with a bit of an interesting look at Dom's RX-7, because I'm actually having a bit of a paint crisis here, I will admit. So if I just go down to menus, customs, and look at the paint colors, for some reason the pearlescent colors are changing this, which actually here we go, frost white. That's what we need to do, not default. It's actually down to the pearlescent, which makes me think we might even be able to go back to the Eclipse and we might be able to change the color of that. I'm not entirely sure, but we've got to set that to pearlescent frost white because, yeah. But it does mean that we definitely can't change the color of this one, unlike this one, which I still love. Actually, you can see a bit of faintness going on there. It's still a faint bit of the design. Anyway, I just love that car. There's something about it. Right. So here we are with this one, and again we could actually try cambering these wheels, but they're not really the right wheels for the job. We want to go for something a bit slicker, a bit more to the style, so let's go for sports again. Let's see what we got. Ooh, straight away, these are all good. So let's just try and find something in here that's going to match this car. I mean, something like a 6-spoke, something like that perhaps. That's sort of RX-70. I think that would work. We'll put that back into default color though. And let's jump out of the camera mode. Let's go to V-Stancer, and I'm just going to go ahead. Not even change the wideness of these wheels. I think they're going to be perfectly fine. And let's just go for a full canvas front and rear. This time, seems you guys are probably going to be asking for that one, especially on this. We'll go for like a drift style on the front as well. Like that. Well, there is a stanced version of Dom's RX-7. Simple as that. Simple as that. And actually, there's one thing that I've not really been looking at with these cars. I've been sort of just having fun with the stance aspect. But these are actually really well-built cars. These are very true to the real-life cars, and as they were in the movies. Even this build in the back of the RX-7 with the original Alpine Type R subwoofers in the back as well. And in the interior, we also have this again. That is taken straight from the movie. Because anyone who's seen the movie will know that this, I don't know what this is supposed to represent, but that bounces with the music at some point, like as they're like showing around all the cars at the start of the Fast and the Furious, like when they're at the first meet up cruise race thing. Yeah, I never fully understood what it was meant to be, but I just remember it bouncing to the music and thinking that's probably not got anything to do with the music EQ or anything. But it does have a stock stereo behind that. It does have a manual 6-speed box, and it does have this dashboard with dashboard texture, which actually looks really cool with these shines. It's actually got some bump mapping going on. I do like that. I do like a bit of bump mapping on the interior, although sometimes excessively it can look a bit weird, but do you know what? It's detail. I like detail. And we've even got these dials right here all working, and of course inside Jessie's car as well, full Sparkos. I don't remember. Oh, so they're not actually Sparkos, they're just Sparko bits stuck at the top. Is that what was in the real one? I've actually stood next to the real one of these at Universal Studios, and I can't remember because I was like 13. That was not the sort of thing I was looking for at 13. But that's interesting. In the boot of this, look, there's actually a boot build, again, with Alpine Type Rs in this one. And it has all of this roll cage and the interior. Nicely textured, carbon fiber. Yeah, that's definitely the interior of a Mark III Golf. And that is definitely a stanced, Velside kitted RX-7 as driven by Dom in the first Fast and the Furious movie. So I just want to quickly grab the Eclipse again because I just want to have a quick look inside just to see if we've got any cool details because I love how true to life these builds are. And then we'll move on to the Supra. Okay, so here we are. No danger to manifold or anything going on with this one. We do have a NOS bottle up there which looks like a fire extinguisher. Okay. Oh, but we do have very big bottles here. Actually, I should probably watch my camera work. There we go. Does actually have some NOS bottles right there in the exact spot as they are in the movie. And we've even got the laptop on the passenger seat as Brian was using in the first race. Again, it doesn't say danger to manifold, sadly. I was hoping in the extras was going to have something that made it say danger to manifold, but oh well. So there we are. There is the Eclipse interior. So let's move on then and stance the Supra. And here it is in all its glory with its very weird tribal thing at the front, which I never really understood. It's some pinstriping, but pinstriping on a Supra? I never really understood that bit on this car in the real life build, but there we go. I actually don't remember the number 12 being there either. Is that true to life? Is it? I don't know. Now I'm starting to doubt myself, but here we are with the Supra, which even has the same blue interior as the one in Fast and the Furious. Interestingly, then we also have this little screen going on over here. This zooming in. I'm going to have to zoom out so you can see that. It's very awkward because I have to zoom in to show details, but these screens and textures sort of go blurry when I zoom in. Anyway, there's the interior of the Supra. Definitely a Supra interior. Again, using that same graphic. I guess it's easier just to reuse. And there is all of the inside. Okay, I've not done any of these mods justice because there is actually also a lot of detail going on under the bonnet. Look at this. Look at all the detail of all of this. I mean, this is basically, this was supposed to be me messing around. It's sort of turned into a mod showcase. But these are too good not to show. Look at the detail in this. And again, we've even got a full 3D engine. That's a 4G63, I guess. Well, it looks like mine, sort of anyway. And yeah, look at all that detail. And then we go around to the Supra, and we even have the full 2JZ engine. And there we are. That's amazing. We also have the Jetta to check out as well, but I'm very scared of one of these cars despawning. Okay, well, here we are again with a randomly yellow spawned in vehicle for Jessie. And look, it even has a VR6 in this one. All, again, 3D, nice, looking glamorous, with some colour stuff going on. That's amazing. And there's the boot build, as we sort of had a sneak look at earlier. Right, let's just revert back to where we were. We're at the Supra, so now we've actually checked out all the mods. There we go. I've actually caught up and done this really weirdly. I had, like, no intentions to really look at that because I thought these were going to be just regular sort of things that I could mess around with. This mod is actually really well made. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can go and download these cars because they are very well made. So, let's just go back to menus mod. I don't think... Oh, is that... How do I manage this? How do I... Wait. Oh, the guy... Yeah, I thought the guy's... He's just sitting in there. Yeah, everything's on fire. That's terrible. Let's move away. Yeah, so let's see if we can change the colour of this one. No. Okay. It just stays orange. So we'll leave that as it is. That's fine. All we really need then is go to wheels. Let's go to tuner. Let's go... In fact, actually, this is a really nice car. Maybe I should go for high-end on this one. Actually, something like that. They're pretty nice Supra wheels. We'll go for those in not black. Maybe just default. Yeah, just default. That suits the Supra absolutely perfectly. Let's get a repair vehicle as well whilst we're here. And then I'm just going to go to V-Stancer, lower it down. Rear track width out with some camber on the rear. And then some track width. Actually, some camber first, then track width. And there is a not so crazy build. But looking pretty fresh, I'd say. But actually, that's not really what I want to do with this build, I'll be honest. Let me just jump back to menus mod. I want to go to customs. I want to go to wheels. I want to go to off-road. We can't change the paint color or anything, but I'm just curious to see what it will look like. Okay, it looks very weird right now because I've managed to make the wheels float somehow. Anyway, we'll fix that in a minute. And they're also cambered and looks very weird. Right, so let's just go for that. Let's just go back to V-Stancer. I'm going to go for tires. I'm going to go for wheel size, first of all, make them a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop those down at the front. And then pop these down at the rear. There we go. Make them a little bit wider. And now I can go ahead, get rid of that camber, first of all. And the same on the rear. And then we can go up instead of down. And, well, there's a completely different build once again. With an off-road style Supra build. Because why not? Why not? We have the freedom to do whatever we want, so actually I've just realised that I've completely made those wheels look weird. There we go. Now we can actually do with making this a little bit taller again. There we are. That's looking a little bit more realistic. Although, have we ever seen a Supra built like that? I guess it's a car that's just so expensive these days that who's going to do that? Really? Who's going to make a battle car version of a Supra? Well, I guess we can with GTA at least. And there we are. That's it for this rather messy video, back and forth. I would like for you guys to let me know in the comment section below which build you think's best. Or, actually, if you would like to see me stance out cars from other Fast and the Furious movies. In fact, you can let me know that by hitting the like button. If we get like over 1,500 likes or something, I'll do another one on a different version. You can also leave me a comment and say which Fast and Furious film cars you'd like me to stance next. Well, there we are. That is it. Can I do a flip? Ooh, no, I left that too late and now I'm exploded. Do you know what? I'm not comfortable with the amount of car explosions and fires we've had in a video that's about Fast and the Furious. I will be honest. So on that rather morbid end, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.